Hey, it's Keisha. Welcome and welcome back. We're on our next reading in Ask and It Is Given. So let us begin where we begin by first closing our eyes, taking a deep breath in, and letting it out. Another deep breath in and out. With each breath, just feel yourself becoming more and more present in this moment, this time and space. Begin to collect yourself and your thoughts from the busyness and the activity of the day. And just feel yourself centering down into this moment. And on the next breath, just begin to collect all of those errant thoughts, cares, concerns, worries, anything that's been stressing you out. Just gather it all up into the breath and release it on the exhale. One more time to pick up any remnants. And now lovingly and gently recall all of your power back to yourself. Notice how with this influx of power you begin to sit up more straight. Feel yourself more whole and present. And now see a column of white light gently coming down over you. And breathe in that light. Feel it quickening the cells of the body. Feel it bursting anything that is not like unto itself. Feel that light's filling the spaces between the cells. Notice how you are becoming one with the light, indistinguishable, and no longer separate from it. Breathe. Now lift up gently. Lift up that column of light, lifting up higher and higher. Disconnecting from those earthly bonds. Lifting up higher and higher, feeling yourself freer and lighter. Now begin to find yourself in our grove, where we sit and learn at the feet of the masters, in the space of peace, space of oneness. Feel your mind open to greater truths. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. It's always the best part. So, where are we? We've been talking about our emotions being our principal guidance system, letting us know when we are in alignment with the things that we are seeking to manifest, and giving us insight as to where we are along that path. Your emotions are the indicators of your vibrational context of your being in every moment. And so when you become aware of the feeling of your emotions, you can also be aware of the vibrational offering. Your emotions simply, purely, and only are about your relationship with your source. We often refer to your emotions as an emotional guidance system. In the same way that sculptors mold into the creation that pleases them, you create by molding energy. You mold it through your power of focus, by thinking about things, remembering things, and imagining things. You focus the energy when you speak, when you write, when you listen, when you are silent, when you remember, and when you imagine. You focus it through the projection of thought. So this creative process, it is just 3 steps. Step 1, our work. We ask. Actually, let me read this from the perspective of Abraham, because he's the one that says we. Okay. So the creative process is just 3 steps. Step 1, your work. You ask. Step 2, not your work. The answer is given. Step 3, again, your work. The answer, which has been given, must now be received or allowed. You have to let it in. Step 1 comes easily and automatically. We're always throwing up ideas about what it is that we want. Desires or asking are the natural byproduct of your exposure to the environment. And so step 1 does come quite naturally. Step 2 is also simple for us because it's not our work at all. It is the work of the non-physical, the work of the God force. When you ask, it is given every time. That is the promise. But the reason that many would argue with that truth, holding up examples of unfulfilled desires from their own experiences, is because they have not understood and completed the very important step, step 3. Step 3 is the application of the art of allowing. It is the step whereby you tune in to the vibrational frequency of your being to match that of the vibrational frequency of your desire. In the same way that your radio tuner must be set to match the frequency of the broadcasting station you desire to hear, the vibrational frequency of your being must match the frequency of your desire. In that regard, every subject is really 2 subjects. There is that which you desire and the lack of it. The reason you are not always aware that your desires have been answered is because there is often a time gap between the asking, step 1, and your allowing, step 3. Even though a clear desire is emanated from you as a result of the contrast you've considered, you often, rather than giving your attention purely to the desire itself, focus back on the contrasting situation that gave birth to the desire. And in doing so, your vibration is more about the reason you have launched the desire than it is about the desire itself. As long as you are more aware of what you do not want regarding the situation, what you do want cannot come to you. Once you understand that your thoughts equal your point of attraction and that the way you feel indicates your level of allowing or resisting, you now hold the key to creating anything you desire. It is not possible for you to consistently feel positive emotion about something and have it turn out badly, just as it is not possible for you to consistently feel bad about something and have it turn out well. For the way that you feel will tell if you are allowing your natural well-being or not. It does not matter where you currently stand in relationship to anything you desire. We often refer to that non-physical part of you as your inner being or your source. It is not important what you call that source of energy or life force, but it is important that you are consciously aware of when you are holding a full connection to it and when you are restricting it in any way. And your emotions are your constant indicators of your degree of allowing or resisting that connection. As you consciously consider the way you feel, you will get better and better at directing the source energy, and you will become a disciplined and joyous, deliberate creator. As you focus creative energy, there are 2 factors to consider. First, the intensity and speed of the energy, and second, your level of allowing or resisting it. The first indicator has to do with the amount of time you have spent considering your desire and to what degree you have become specific. In other words, when you have been wanting something for a long time, your summoning power is much greater than if you were thinking about it for the first time today. Also, whenever you have considered it for some time, having experienced contrasts that help you become even more specific about it, your desire summons it in an even more powerful way. Once a desire has achieved that sort of power or speed, it is quite easy for you to feel how you are doing with the second factor, the allowing or resisting part of the equation. If you are thinking about something that you have been wanting for a long time and you are imagining as it is happening, then your emotion would be one of anticipation or eagerness. We are not encouraging you to make an effort to control your thoughts, but instead to make an effort to, more or less, guide your thoughts. And it is not even so much as about guiding your thoughts as it is about reaching for a feeling. Whenever you have consistently focused on a subject, causing a consistent vibrational activation of it within you, it becomes a practiced or dominant thought. And once that happens, things that match it will begin to manifest around your dominant thought. In the same way that your earlier thought was joined by other thoughts that matched it, now things that match your dominant thought will begin to show up in your experience. Magazine articles, conversations with friends, personal observations. The attraction process will become very apparent. Once your focused attention has sufficiently activated a dominant vibration within you, things, wanted or unwanted, will begin to make their way into your personal experience. That too is the law. Your mood is showing you a good representation of what you are inviting into your experience. Whenever any subject is activated within you through your exposure to your environment, your vibration jumps immediately to your most practiced vibrational place or set point. Your set points are achieved simply by attention to a subject and through your practiced thought. We want you to understand that you do have absolute control over the set points that you achieve. And we want you to understand that the extreme value in deliberately achieving your own set points. Because once you expect something, it will come. The details of it may play out differently, but the vibrational essence will always be an exact match. Another important premise that is valuable to remember is that you are a physical extension of source energy, and that an external stream of source energy flows to you and through you, and that it is you. When emotions are strong, when you feel good or when you feel bad, your desire is strong. When emotions feel good, whether they are strong or weak, you are allowing the fulfillment of your desire. You may believe that you cannot control your emotions, or you may believe that you should control your emotions. But we would like you to approach your emotions in a different way. It is our encouragement that you pay attention to how you feel and allow your emotions to be the valuable indicators that they are. When the fuel gauge on your vehicle indicates that the tank is empty, you do not criticize the indicator. You receive the information that it has to offer you, and you do something about adding more fuel to the tank. Your emotions do not create, but they do indicate what you are currently attracting. Replenish your connection by choosing better feeling thoughts. You have the ability to direct your own thoughts. You have the option of observing things as they are, or of imagining them as you want them to be. In whichever option you choose, whether you are imagining or observing, either is equally powerful. Either or both are equally powerful. It is not your job to make something happen. Universal forces are in place for all of that. Your work is simply to determine what you want. When you desire something that you do not believe is possible, you are not in alignment. When there is something that you want and you are feeling unhappy that you do not have it, you are not in alignment. When you see someone who currently has the very thing that you desire and you feel jealous, you are not in alignment. If we were standing in your physical shoes, our attention would be upon bringing ourselves into alignment with the desires and preferences that we have launched. We would consciously feel our way into alignment. This is the simple basis of this. This is the simple basis of this externally expanding universe. Variety causes contemplation. Contemplation produces preference. Preference is asking. Asking is always answered. Regarding your creation of your own life experience, there is only one important question for you to ask. How can I bring myself into a vibrational alignment with the desires that my experience has produced? And the answer is simple. Pay attention to the way you feel and deliberately choose thoughts about everything that feel good to you when you think them. So we'll leave it there for now because that's quite a bit to digest. Since reading this book, I know it's only been a couple of days, I think, since we started on Sunday. I had a situation today that I noticed a bit differently, and just by having the conversation that we're starting with here, I was able to make a change very quickly. So, a friend of mine mentioned something to me about something good that's about to happen for them, and I am excited for them for it. And at the same time, I'm wanting what I want for me. And rather than get stuck in, well, where's mine? Where is it? Is it going to happen for me? Am I going to left you up behind? And all the what ifs and the whatevers. Instead, I recognized the way I was thinking, and I was like, hey, that's not in alignment with where I want to go and what I want to experience. So I gently stopped that thought and replaced it with that it can happen for them means that it can happen for me. That I am seeing evidence of this kind of movement in my world means that movement in my world is possible. And that immediately brought me back around to, hey, I can look forward to it happening for me. What is that going to look like for me? And begin to think in those terms and move along that path. And I think that's where the value in reading this book and watching these videos, like where that comes into play, because as you have these thoughts in the back of your mind and you notice your own thoughts and the way that you're responding to stimuli in your environment, you can become more aware of it and redirect it to your greater benefit. And that's an empowering position to be in, to know that we can change our thoughts and redirect our course. And so I encourage you to take that with you as you move through your week and you notice that someone has what you want and you start to get a little, no, the fact that you see it for other people means that it can happen for you. And then you can redirect your thoughts accordingly and then get excited, renewed excitement over what is possible for you. So this is where we'll leave you today. I will love you in the meantime and see you soon. Bye.